Good morning, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, the 5th of March, 2025. Welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by you guys, the culture. Like we are every blessed day, we are hosted by the very best. Brent, how you doing, man?
I am blessed and highly favored. How are you?
We thank God, man. You know, I can't complain at all, except that my fingertips seem to be a bit cold and whatnot. But besides that, the sun is out on a cold day, so the day will get better.
Still complaining about the cold, are we?
Yeah, man. You know, my blood type is still going to remain African. So it is what it is, man.
Elon says the same thing.
Nah,
God damn it.
man. Nah. His is different. He got a blood transfusion. That's not real African blood in him. You know what I'm saying? And a bunch of other people over there. But we ain't going to go into that today before my people attack me. You know what I'm saying? Let me not start on any sort of... Let me not start with the smoke today. But anyway.
Question.
Talk to me.
If for the remainder of your life, the only people that attack you are your people, are you going to keep fighting your people for the rest of your life?
No.
But why you would give in after a while.
But why am I fighting? Fighting for what? Just what? Defense? Or?
Well, I'm assuming when you said what you said, that your people would have an issue with what you're saying pertaining to those bars, right?
Yeah.
And if you went on a 20 or 30 year round the world speaking convention.
Yes.
Every single way you went, every single place you went, you said the same thing.
Yeah.
And all of the blacks that were vocal about it, because that's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
They push back. You would essentially be spending the rest of your life in the public eye fighting your people.
That's true. That's diabolical. I'll stop.
When you say stop, as in you would give up before long?
Yeah.
As in they would actually tell you, hey, I've lost.
Do you know what it is? It would more so be me saying, okay, cool, this is what you want for yourself. Fine. I have to accept that we all have the wisdom to choose our own destinies. Fine. Because I'm not fighting for no reason. I'm not trying to attack them. I love them. You know what I'm saying? I'm only trying to make them aware of a situation that they're in. And I think for a lot of them, the mindset is wrong. I'm saying that humbly speaking. I know it doesn't sound that way. But I just want better for us as Africans, as black people. And if you're allowing a small minority to disenfranchise you in your own country and make you feel as though you're a particular way in your own country, I have a problem with that.
But you said you'd quit because of the small minority who...
Not because of the small minority. The small minority are the people that shouldn't be there. I'm talking about the black people who are responding to the fact that I don't like the dynamics there.
Oh, you're talking about the white stuff again. Sorry, what I was asking you is, if the vocal minority of blacks kept on telling you, hey, what you're doing is not progressive.
Oh, so this is outside of that particular example we're talking about.
That's
this
the
is
exact
just
same example I'm talking about.
Okay, cool.
But it's only the vocal minority that's pushing back.
Okay.
Everywhere you went.
Yeah. Vocal minorities, though. Hell no. Hell no. Every day I'll be stronger. 100%.
Because you can't pop down because of some hecklers.
Hell no. Me?
Some anti-progression hecklers.
Never.
So you would actually give up if it is the majority of black people told you to stop talking?
If the majority did,
would that tell you that what you're saying is wrong?
Yeah, potentially.
So you wouldn't know that it's wrong?
No, I would know it to be right, but I would think to myself,
they just lost.
We've got to a stage where that, but at the same time, I would honestly ask myself, like I do this with other things in life.
Close that door, please, because that draft will become a little about the draft just now. Go on.
Yeah, I would question myself, say to myself, wait, have I got this wrong though? Like, why is it people aren't seeing what I'm seeing? I would really do that. I do it all the time anyway. But I would look at it and be like, okay, cool. this doesn't make sense to me. Why is it that you're willing to accept this? The majority of us. But then at some point, because I care about the collective, I've said this many times before, even if I thought you was wrong, Margs was wrong, Esther was, everyone was wrong about something, but we're moving in a particular direction. At some point, if we voted that we're going in that direction, then I'm forgetting my thing and I'm doing what we do. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's how I'll see it. I'll be like, okay, cool. The majority is telling me this is the case. I'm part of what we're doing. Let's fully go in the direction you guys are saying. That's how I see it.
Would that be because you believe in a collective, or would that be because you're like, okay, if we are wrong and collectively we're wrong, soon you're going to find out that I was right. So I will whistle and plod along until it is.
I don't like that. No. I would do it because I'm part of the collective.
I don't know if I'm following a collective that's wrong.
But the thing is, I could be wrong though. So my thing is, because I'm part of this and I'm loyal to this, and this is what we believe, right? It's just a difference in opinion. Because I trust the people I'm with to have brains. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. I can't.
Why?
I can't. Because I know there's herd mentality. I know it exists.
But surely if you're in a group of a select few, you're part of an organization or you're part of a society or whatever it may be, surely you're there because you trust them, the mindset of the people. You're different from those outside of you. Do you get what I'm saying?
Now you're talking about a subset within a wider community. But I'm not talking about the subset. Because
you're just talking about
you
the
are
masses.
part of the NY. That's a subset within the black community in large, right?
All right.
And if your leader tells you to go left, you're going left without even questioning it anyway.
All right.
I'm not going to do that. I'm part of my church. I'm not just going to go left just because the pastor says go left. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, but I think that's different though, because church is not an organization. Like you can go from church to church and do anything you want to do on a day to day. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not. People do it every day. You just pick up from this Methodist church and go to the Baptist church down the road, because just the overarching thing is just Christ. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So if you're part of an organization, you're part of, I don't know, a teachers union or something like that, and you're the leader and you've got 5 people around you, surely the 5 people around you that you've selected to be around you have a certain mindset that you kind of believe in. You know what I'm saying? And so cool. If they all are saying something that I'm not seeing, maybe this is the best thing. This is the point of democracy, right? Otherwise, might as well go back to having a monarchy. The one at the helm just knows it all. You know what I'm saying? But you have certain people around you for a reason.
But your example speaks of monarchy as opposed to democracy.
That's if you want to not listen to them. That's what I'm saying. So, for example, if you're the king or the queen, you ain't listening to them necessarily. You might, because you got advisors, but ultimately it's just whatever you say goes. But if you care about the democracy, even if you are a leader or everyone is a leader together and there's 10 of you, 5 of you, whatever it may be, you may say, okay, let's vote on this. And whatever the vote is, let's go in that direction.
I understand that example about democracy, because it's a voting system now as opposed to this democracy in this country where we voted for this guy and this guy says let's go left and you all go left.
No. I don't mean it that way. I'm saying you have chosen to form something outside of the masses. If we're part of the masses, hell no. I mean, we do this every day. We don't care about what the masses say.
Give me an example, a real world example of a community that's been formed with a collective of people and they all have equal merit. So even though the person who just came through the door has the same standing as the person who was there 12 years before. Because in my head, there's always some form of leader.
Yeah, there is. I was just trying to think of the Wu-Tang for some reason. Because it's not the same example, because obviously you can't just join the Wu-Tang, innit? But I only mentioned the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, they were founded at the same time, right? The group is the group is the group, no?
Yeah, to some degree. Some people came, a couple people came afterwards.
As in a couple of days?
Maybe a couple of years. 1 or 2 years.
Who joined later?
Master Killer did. And if
were they brethren before that?
Yeah. So Master Killer is a boy of somebody. And he featured on songs.
He's a what?
He's basically one of someone's friend, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Brethren,
yeah. And to be fair, it wasn't years. But he wasn't officially seen as that until... basically what happened was, you had a certain amount of people. One guy is a friend, Master Killer is a friend of Jizza, I believe, He does a feature on the track. And when they go on tour and all that sort of stuff, the leader's basically saying, well, not the leader, but RZA's basically paying everyone equally. And someone's thinking, why are we paying you equally? You featured on one track, yes, but you ain't part of the collective. Why are you getting the same piece that we are? We did 3-4 different songs on the thing. You just featured. Just because you're on tour, don't mean that you're the same with us. Until he became a collective, then I think they shared it in a particular way.
Just on this point, let's live a little while.
Yeah.
How he shared out that money.
And
Do you
DCF,
think?
sorry, I just want to DCF Mooks is right. Did I mention Capadonna? No, but Capadonna was the second person I was thinking about. So DCF Mooks mentioned him. Capadonna, yeah. So he basically was always an affiliate, but he was there kind of from the beginning as well. But he wasn't officially one of the 9. But I think now he's part of the 9. As in part of Wu-Tang. Obviously ODB is not there anymore, RIP. But Capadonna's always kind of there. Like even the album Iron Man, Ghostface featuring Raekwon. It was Ghostface featuring Raekwon and Capadonna.
But were Brent's from the jump? He just wasn't rapping and stuff, right?
He was rapping. That's why he featured.
Capadonna.
Yeah, Capadonna. So but he wasn't part of Wu-Tang.
But in my mind, if he was there from the beginning, even though he was rapping from the beginning too, when he joined, it's like, well, it's happening. It was happening from the beginning. Might as well just make it official type thing. It's a bit different than me asking you to name me a group.
Yeah, it's different.
Because he went to rap. It was weird.
That's what I'm saying.
Do they have all equal saying in how things run?
I think what they will tell us is yes. I don't think it's really the case.
It's not. It can't be. It can't be. It really can't be. Where was I? How RZA shared the payout.
Yeah.
Would you be a type of fella within that particular body who would complain about somebody getting the same amount as you, even though they just arrived?
I think it depends, you know. It may depend on the groundwork and how much money, for example, all of us put in the beginning to then, you know what I'm saying? Because it may take forever for us to get our money back, if that makes sense. But if it was a situation where we all came together and said, no matter what, whoever comes into this brotherhood, we are the same. Doesn't matter if you've been there for 40 years or one day, then I wouldn't.
Would it only matter if, I heard your answer, would it only matter, it's a different question, would it only matter if the money that you gave to them, if it didn't go to them, it would be spread amongst you all?
What do you mean? If the money, say again?
Didn't go to this newcomer, it would be shared, split amongst you all. The other option is, no, the rest of the money just goes back into the pot. And you still get the same amount. So it doesn't change. Your slice doesn't change dependent on who comes in.
Okay.
You're just getting paid because that's the rate.
Okay, cool. So what's the 2 options?
The first option is me asking you if you would have an issue, because you said you don't have no issue. Or you said it depends. I'm changing it a bit.
Okay.
Would you have an issue if this person coming in, their share was now split between the rest of yours, so you got more because this person is not getting a piece?
Okay.
Or, are you following me so far?
Yeah. It's the same amount of money, but it's less people. So that means everyone who's part of it gets more.
Yeah.
But why would we cut that person out?
No, because what I'm trying to ascertain is normally somebody would say, you have a problem with somebody who comes in last. We've been doing this for 10 years and he's getting some of my pee. Right? That's, in my mind, that's what somebody would say. Okay. Because if you're here, I eat less. I get less. Yeah. Right? On the flip side, if it is your all over brotherhood and whatnot, then I don't mind if it is that you come in. Here, have some.
I think honestly, it really depends. I think it depends on the nature of the collective. If all of us are basically saying it doesn't matter at any point who comes in, we're all the same, then we have to kind of move in that type of fashion, innit?
Yeah, I've made this difficult for you. I butchered that explanation. Let me change the scenario. If you've been working on a train yard, right? Okay. working on a railroad, right? Long hours. And you get a certain amount of money.
Yep.
And somebody started an hour before the end of day.
Okay.
And they got the same amount of money. Would you have an issue?
No, I'm not a hater. That's just the deal he set up with the boss. No.
Fair. Suppose at the end of the month, the completion of the railroad will give you a bonus.
Okay.
And the man who came an hour right at the end, remember there's one pot to share around, right?
All right.
And
cool.
if he wasn't there, you would get more. Would you have an issue for the guy who comes last getting a portion?
My brain doesn't really think that way. I don't really, because I think for me to be working there, I'm happy with the deal I've got in it.
Yep.
So I don't think I would then be like, why is he? You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't think I would do that.
Okay, suppose he's white.
It wouldn't make a difference to me.
Oh, serious?
Yeah. Is what we're working on for black people.
No, it's for white people.
Why would it make a difference?
I don't think you're allowed to travel on those tracks. Just build them.
If it was something that was like a black organization, it's something for the betterment of black people, then I'll think, wait, what the hell's going on there? What we doing there? Then I'll think that, because I feel like the racial thing matters there. It's a factor in what we're doing. Some people might even be there and getting less pay because it's black. Because it's black, I'm going to work on this particular thing. So I'm okay with this contract you're giving me. You know what I'm saying? If not, I wouldn't be here. I'll make more peas elsewhere. You know what I mean? So then to be further out of pocket because of this, nah.
The way your psychology is set up, I heard your answer. Thank you. I heard the way your psychology is set up, where your mind is put together. You say you're not a hater. Cool. And I like the way you phrase that. Cool. Is there any scenario where somebody who didn't put in on it gets the same amount of share as you, and they will edge you a little?
Yeah, of course.
What scenario would that be?
If there was just something where the person just didn't do something, where, you know what I mean, from the beginning to the end, and we all started at the same time. So if we're all started at the same time, then you feel, okay, cool, wait a minute, you know, this person deserves more because they did more, for example.
Beautiful.
You know what I mean? But if you're saying the person's coming at different times and all that
Then
stuff,
they have a different arrangement.
it's different, yeah.
All right, so it only makes sense to you to be a hater if they've started at the beginning the same time as you. And they whistled all the way through.
I don't think that's a hating thing.
What is it?
It's just
Remember, you made your arrangement with the foreman, right?
Yeah.
And you agreed, this is what I'm going to get paid.
Yeah.
The same way the other fella made an arrangement with the foreman, or the forewoman, or the they, whatever, right?
Yeah.
They made the arrangement. Why you know kicking up a fuss at the end of the day, where it is that they managed to just doss off and still collect the P? Is
Yeah,
it because
to
you
be
couldn't
fair-
doss off?
To be fair, yeah, probably you're right. Yeah, you're probably right there. That might be with hating too.
So you are hated it.
No,
It's certain
but
circumstances you're a
then-
bloody hater.
No, but then I'll maybe think, wait a minute, am I hating?
Wait.
And I would say
When
no.
you catch yourself hated, do you like, check yourself and then shake it off?
You have to pray. Yeah, you have to pray immediately.
Do the hello shake.
It has to go.
Get away
It
from
has
me.
to go.
That hateration spirit.
Hey, it has to
Because
go,
it takes life out of your bones, you know. It steals good years from you.
Yeah.
Just looking and hating. Look, you made your bloody agreement. Do you understand? There's your lot. Just because that person got away with that, you know, have to basically like hate on them. I wonder what your hate looks like, Emmanuel. Like, what does it look like? 'Cause I don't see you hating on anybody. Like, what does it look like?
I don't know. I mean, I'm a normal human being, innit? So there's probably some hate there, I guess.
Give me an example of
I honestly
when
can't
you had a hateful thought.
I honestly can't
The
think of
most
something.
recent that you can remember. And then you caught yourself.
I can't think of one, honestly. I can't think of one.
Yeah, you haven't reached that level yet with the whole podcast then.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, he ain't reached it yet.
Is it hating in the podcasting industry?
No.
What do you
What I'm
mean?
saying is that you should have something in top, just ready to pull out. 100%.
Serious?
Yeah. That's when it is you know you've reached those levels. That's when you know you've reached those levels of podcasting, bro.
Can you paint me a scenario? Obviously, we need to move on, but can you paint me a scenario
Of hating?
of how that might manifest in the podcasting world?
Oh, you'd be able to just, well,
serious?
Yeah.
Just say, oh, why is it they over there are doing this? Is that what you mean?
What?
Like, what do you mean by that in the podcast?
The level of transparency and honesty is what I'm talking about.
I don't get what you mean.
Podcasting levels. Podcasting levels. You'd have been able to have an example when I asked you.
Okay.
As opposed to, because I know you have a few.
Serious?
Yeah, 100%. But you're still being Emmanuel a bit. And you have to shed that when you walk into this door, bro. If you want to reach those levels, you'll have one, right? Just to basically, change the chat a bit. 100%.
All right. I think I'm gonna,
Yeah,
right.
sleep on it, man.
I thought you just meant, being somebody who podcasts, you'll be able to look around the scene.
No.
Okay,
I'm just focused on the podcast scene and whatnot. These are your flipping colleagues. What are you doing?
That's what I thought you was talking
No,
about.
sir.
Okay, cool.
No, sir.
That's good.
But there's some hating, always going on in the podcast scene. People comparing each other. Why is this person getting this and this, that, and the next, and blah 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 blah. It always happens. Human beings, right?
Yeah, true.
Mics don't change that.
No, not at all.
Never mind. All right, let me do a roll call.
Yes.
Let's kick on. Good morning, Energy, MGT, Mr. Ashlows, Gin and Gist, Amy Snow Globe, Natty, Easy Bambino, Mercy Prestige, Dr. Mani, TT, T, I think. MW, Davina, Lauren Louise, Ghana Greatness, Crud Crow, Johannes Williams, Nams. Oh my goodness, I need to sleep. DCF Mooks, Charlie 101, Karima O, who else we got? Abimi, Mark E, Corporate Prince, Chijoke, Priz, Gifty, Dankwa, Black Rub. Jesus had the same problem. I don't know what we were talking about. We talked about a few things just now. But yeah. Praise Jesus. Bex, Star Crow, NNOBO, and BW. Who else we got? 9 Ether and Kwame says. Brent must hear all the hating from behind the scenes because he filmed half the scenes podcast. I don't think I hear hating just because I hear hating, to be honest. I mean, I'm in a few WhatsApp groups and boy, wee. Anyway, let us kick on to the headlines.
Let's do it. All right, people. So our first headline.
You caught up with Paradise yet?
Not at all.
Have you started Paradise?
I don't even fully know what it is.
Paradise is very nice.
No.
If you
Did they use that as a soundtrack?
Nah, I like the soundtrack of Paradise though. They really draw for the classics. Not way back when, but when you hear the soundtrack, you're like, oh, there's nostalgia connected to this.
What's Paradise? Is that the one where
And then they remix it and stuff. Go on.
That guy, what's his name?
From This Is Us. Sterling K. Brown, I think. What guy then? What guy you talking about?
Oh, so Paradise is a show?
Yes.
I thought it was like that Love Island thing. You know what that guy, Carlos,
There's
whatever his
songs
name
like that,
is?
innit?
Yeah.
The name.
Okay. Also, it's an actual TV show, proper one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What's it about?
I don't want to tell you because then you realize I asked you a question pertaining to that the other day.
Okay. Oh no, I realized already. I think someone said it in chat about the options. Yeah.
The world has quote unquote ended.
Just proper show.
Huh?
So it's a proper show. Do you know the reason why I'm saying this is because whenever I hear someone say Paradise, I'm thinking of that show that people are watching that's like Love Island, where that guy was running across the beach to go and see his
Yeah, I
missus.
understand why you're saying that because obviously there was sun, sea, sand, and that.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. It was that show. Okay, cool.
I don't like I don't like the title, but I think I understand the title now. I think the last episode even had a song that had Paradise in it. I can't remember, but I think it did.
Okay. Also, it's done now. Was it like a short, or is there going to be
8
episodes?
episodes for season 1. It's going to be
It's gonna be more seasons.
season 2.
Okay, cool.
Well, I hope there'll be a season 2.
Or is it on Netflix?
Hulu.
Okay.
That doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Cool.
You all could try and hide the shows wherever you want to hide it. I will find it.
All right. So it's worth watching.
Oh, definitely.
Cool.
I want to talk about it on Friday with Gina, but you won't be caught up by then.
Impossible.
Impossible.
Okay, cool. So what is Gina finished it though?
I'll have to find out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she's normally on top of these things, but I'll have to find out. She's got a big boy car now, innit? So, she might be distracted in that. Just whipping around the area. You never know.
All right. So our first headline, guys. Matt Lucas, 50 years old, posted a catchphrase from Little Britain. No, but yeah, but. Alongside photos of Millie Bobby Brown, who's 21, on social media. Brown was wearing hoop earrings and a pink top, which Lucas said reminded him of the character Vicky Pollard from Little Britain. Brown later addressed online negativity, calling out social media bullying and media scrutiny over her appearance. Lucas explained he intended no harm and thought Brown looked terrific. He clarified he never intended to slam her and apologized for any upset caused. Brown criticized media and social commentary for fixating on her looks. She called it bullying, especially from adult writers. She asserted she won't apologize for growing up and urged society to do better for young women. Celebrities like Sarah Jessica Parker, Pixie Lott, Lily Allen, all of them expressed solidarity. Brown is promoting The Electric State, which is basically something that's starring alongside Chris Pratt. And Stranger Things, season 5, the final season, apparently is set to release this year. You like Stranger Things as well, right?
You should too, but, you don't like good things.
No, I just haven't given it a chance, you know what I mean?
Did you even start?
No.
I don't know if it is that qualifies as you giving it a chance.
Yeah.
Giving it a chance, to me, it's like you...
Oh, started it and said no.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I just haven't had the time. So that's another good, solid show, yeah?
No, it's definitely, it's a banger, but you need to... Oof. Do you like sci-fi?
Yeah.
Give me one sci-fi you like.
Star Trek.
That is poor. That is poor. I mean, I don't like Star Trek.
What?
I liked Star Trek because that was the only thing that was so interesting and different back then. I don't watch Star Trek now.
Yeah, it ain't on now, is it?
They had like reboots and whatnot, and they had an updated cast. But
Okay.
I'm not watching that. They destroyed the nostalgia, bro.
So what's a good sci-fi sort of show then?
Right now, Stranger Things.
What's that?
Get in it, bro. Get in it, bro.
All right.
But it's still like plays whimsy on your childhood, right? Your inner child, because it's merged so wonderfully. I like when they make adult films with child leads. You know? I like when they do it well. But anyway, yeah, it's definitely good. It's definitely good.
All right. Well, our next headline, this is going to be a bit of nostalgia, in fact. The UK government will not send further payments to Rwanda after cancelling the migrant deal. So Rwanda claims the UK initially asked it to quietly forego a remaining £50 million payment based on trust and good faith. Rwanda is now demanding the remaining payment, accusing the UK of breaching trust by suspending some aid. Can you imagine? Listen, guys, to what's happening. The UK insists no further payments will be made and says Rwanda has waived additional payments. The UK cut bilateral aid to Rwanda last month, except for support to the poorest, after accusing Rwanda of backing the M23 rebel group in DR Congo. Rwanda denies supporting M23, but argues it must defend itself against genocidal militias near its borders. UN experts estimate that 3,000 to 4,000 Rwandan troops are in eastern DR Congo. Rwanda says it will pursue outstanding payments from the UK for the migrant deal, which it claims the UK is legally bound to pay. The migrant deportation plan, which was introduced by the Conservative government back in 2022, as you guys know, cost the UK £240 million before being scrapped. Prime Minister Keir Starmer called the plan dead and buried, saying it was ineffective and costly. The UK Home Secretary stated the deal wasted taxpayers' money and should not continue. And our last headline, Volodymyr Zelensky said that he's ready to work under Donald Trump's strong leadership for lasting peace after their tense Oval Office meeting. He described the White House meeting as regrettable, but stated it is time to make things right. Zelensky outlined initial steps to end the war, including a prisoner release, a ban on missiles and drones, and a sea truce if Russia reciprocates. He emphasized the need to move quickly towards a final peace deal with US cooperation. Zelensky reiterated Ukraine's willingness to sign a minerals deal with the US after failing to do so in Washington. And the US has paused and is reviewing military aid to Ukraine following last week's diplomatic breakdown. During the Oval Office meeting, Vice President J.D. Vance accused Zelensky of not showing enough gratitude for US military support, and Trump told Zelensky that he was not being very thankful and later criticized him for gambling with World War III. You guys saw the clips yesterday. If you haven't watched yesterday's show, it was a brilliant show. And Trump is expected to announce a signed minerals deal between the US and Ukraine in an address to Congress. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and the French President Emmanuel Macron praised Zelensky's willingness to engage in dialogue with Trump. And that's it for our headlines. Let's go into our topic of the day. You want to say something, Brent?
Yeah, before we move into the topic of the day, let's spend just a couple minutes on TV shows, right?
Cool.
More specifically, sci-fi.
Let's do it.
Have you seen The Mandalorian?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen The Expanse?
No.
Have you seen Silo?
No.
Andor? Yes.
No.
Invincible?
No.
Okay. How about Twisted Metal?
No.
All right. So I've named you some that qualify as sci-fi, but I know you won't watch that. But the ones that you may
Are
have,
these modern?
yeah.
6 shows, yeah?
I have never watched those ones I've just told you. But they qualify for sci-fi. What I have watched is The Man in the High Castle. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay. That's if Germany won.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Why did I do that?
I don't know why you did that. I don't know why.
Diabolical.
Trump just jumped out. Have you seen Black Mirror?
Yeah.
All right. Have you seen Westworld?
Ooh, I think I did like 1 or 2 seasons of that, or 1.5 seasons. That's the one where they're making people in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
You couldn't keep on?
I can't remember what happened. Maybe I was just busy at the time. I couldn't remember. I can't remember why. Yeah, I think I was on Amazon Prime or something. But anyway.
Can you remember one of the main actors in there? He was one of the, I don't know if he's a scientist or one of the lead
Is the black
engineers or whatnot. Yeah, the black
guy, yeah.
You know who he is?
What do you mean? He's a good actor.
Yeah.
He's been in better things.
Yeah, but his early days.
No, you might need to remind me.
There was a black movie where he came out as a little gangster, little pimp gangster. Oh crap! I have to show you now.
You're talking about was it Shaft?
Could be.
He was in the window.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it was his name Carlos? Is his name Carlos or is it some Coochie?
I can't remember. Yeah, that was him.
And he came down. He's like,
Yeah. And then he got arrested or something.
Yeah.
It was Shaft. It was the remake of Shaft, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Samuel L. Jackson, I believe. Yeah.
He is so quality because he's acting in so many productions since then, and he's matured. And I don't know if he's matured. He could have just shown us that side of him early doors, knowing full well he was a seasoned,
True indeed.
vet. But anywho, what else we got here that you may have watched? You obviously haven't watched Stranger Things. Severance. That's all the rage now. So you've
seen the first season.
Dipped your toe
I'm waiting for the second one to.
It's out.
No, but it hasn't finished.
Finished?
No, it hasn't.
No, I tried to finish your sentence.
Oh yeah.
Have you ever tried to do that?
Huh?
Have you ever tried to do that?
Nah. Only if the person's taking long.
Oh, what?
This guy.
Oh, bollocks.
No, but Severance is serious, you know.
What was serious about the first one for you? What hooked you? Because it was quite slow. And I ain't got an issue with slow stuff because I watch slow stuff all the time. I got time. No, I don't have time. I have time for slow shows if they're done well.
That's what it is for me.
I don't
As
have
long as
anybody
it's quality.
thinking I have any time. I've been telling people that I got no time.
Yeah, Ben don't got no time. But no, if it's quality, then I just like things quality. And that is a quality show. And I liked when they were talking about, I can't remember the names of the guys, but the main guy, his brother-in-law, who's the author. Remember the book went into I don't want to spoil it as well. I don't
want to spoil something that came out in 2020.
Yeah, but still, it wasn't that long. Yeah, probably 2022. Yeah. But yeah, it's a solid show though. I liked it a lot. The whole concept around it is sick.
It's quite bizarre, right?
Mm-hmm.
It starts off bizarre. The world in which it is, this fella lived in was bizarre until he woke up, right?
Mm-hmm.
He started noticing things that were weird.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, is that the synopsis?
I think so.
Is like an elevator involved in this? And then a room that looks the same until it is that he caught something different. And he was like, wait a minute.
I can't remember that part.
What is it about? Because he works in the office, right?
But yeah, he basically works in the office, basically with some other people. They're just crunching numbers, doing some stuff.
Every single time he goes in, something switches off. And when he leaves, it switches back on.
Yeah.
And so, he signed up for that life.
Exactly.
Why did he sign up for life again?
Spoiler alert as well, guys.
It's not a spoiler alert.
No?
It can't be.
Why?
2022.
Yeah, but still, you know what I mean? I ain't seen Mandalorian and all them things there.
When I have a show that breaks down shows, right? What's this mother effing going on? Are you going to participate? Because it's going to be a massive spoiler.
I'm trying.
People they can't complain because
if
they've come there.
Exactly, that's different though. Because I'm coming there for that. Nobody came here to listen to Severance being spoiled. You know what I'm saying?
All right, fair. Go on.
But essentially, something happened on the outside in real life, yeah. And just to deal with that pain, he basically goes to work over there. And when he goes to work, he's, like you said, something switches on, and then he forgets who he is in the outside world. When he's in the outside world, he don't know who he is over there. You know what I'm saying? Everything is different. Everything. So it's just two different lives. They live completely different lives. Their consciousness is basically completely separate.
All right, before we move on, is there one TV show that you wished you never invested your time and energy watching because the end of it was absolutely pants?
Ooh, there must have been. I can't think of one right now. I can say I was disappointed. One that comes to mind. Game of Thrones, I was disappointed with the ending. But nothing near making me feel like I wasted my time with it. That's one of the great shows ever. Nothing comes to mind, but I'm pretty sure there's something. Nothing comes to mind, though.
For me, the trauma is muscle memory. It doesn't matter how old I am. Doesn't matter how wise I am. Doesn't matter how crippled I may become. Right? Anytime anybody asks me that question for the rest of my life, I'm going to say Lost.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm never going to watch it. What happened? Spoil that for me.
I could spoil.
Yeah, that for me. Yeah.
God damn it.
No one's going to watch Lost.
Okay.
Ain't it like 10 years old? Or was that more than that?
It's more than 10 years old.
Yeah, there you go.
Basically, there was a button that needed to be pressed.
Okay.
And nobody knew why they were pressing it, but the guy was saying the world will end if you don't press the button.
If you don't press it.
If you don't press the button.
Cool.
So they kept on pressing the button. But then Locke was like, hey, this is asinine. Right? We need to find out what happens when we stop doing this stupidness. I bet nothing happens. And they did it. And then madness happened.
Oh, when they left it?
The smoke thing.
Yeah.
Right? Never found out what that smoke thing was. Right? Whether it was a big polar bear. No one knew. Right? That's when it is I was introduced to. What's his name? Nah, you know that guy in Oz who slapped the guy's hat off his head?
I never seen Oz, you know.
You never seen
No, I
Oz?
never seen
Who are you?
But you're talking about the Nigerian brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are you, man?
So that's a long answer.
You've watched The Wire, but you haven't watched Oz.
Yeah.
Have you watched The Wire?
Yeah, of course.
Don't say of course, because you should have watched the Oz.
True.
The Oz.
Lord
The
Jamal's
Oz.
in Oz as well, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was there.
To be honest, I'm trying to erase that guy from my head.
Nah, man. You have to respect Lord Jamal, man. He's messed up recently. He has.
I don't appreciate when people are too stubborn to say they've done something wrong.
Yeah.
And they look to blame others and cause friction within the community that they built because of, leaning into loyalty and this, that, and X. And right is right, wrong is wrong,
Yeah.
And he's going out currently. He's going out bad in that sense. Do you understand? And I don't appreciate that at all.
It's sad because he has a lot of respect in the hip hop industry, a lot of respect.
And that's what he's living off of, right? Remember when he retweeted our track and said, "Whoa,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
that." What track was it? Was it Andy Warhol?
Yeah.
He really loved that dungeon rap. But it wasn't even dungeon rap.
Nope.
It was literally in the dungeon type thing, but it was modern dungeon rap.
There you go.
Disruptive.
There you go. That's right. Disruptive.
And there was this next a trip down memory lane. I do that sometimes. I don't seldom get time to do this. There was a presenter for, I don't know whether it's One Extra, BBC, or radio. I don't know. But he was a white guy who you really respected because he was a hip hop connoisseur, hip hop historian.
Okay.
And he also retweeted that video. I don't know if it's because Lord Jamar retweeted it or what.
Did he?
Yeah. Then he started communicating with us via the Twitter DMs.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh?
Yeah,
You did.
know.
Yeah, you definitely did. Obviously, you can't remember it.
Wait, what does he do? Was he a DJ?
Yeah.
Yes, you're talking about. Oh yeah, he's a legendary DJ in this country. The jazz guy.
I didn't know who he was.
Somebody knows.
I'm not even a music connoisseur like that. I just like good music.
Yeah. What is his name? I'll find it out. Yeah, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that was it. That was the full stop at the end of the memory. Let's kick into what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see what people are saying about Lost and Oz. Let's see. So, Lost after season 2 is a complete collapse. Yes, 100%. It definitely caught me in the first season, and I think they lost the original writers, or they died, or something, and they just winged it. They just winged it, but it had everybody just entranced. Because that was like the only thing that was popping on TV. Ooh, who remembers Save the Cheerleader, Save the World? Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. I think it was called Heroes. But Heroes was good. And Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That was a time and a half. That's when I got into liking vampires and that. God forbid that was the time my Christianity was dwindling. Obviously, I've lived a long and healthy life. I'm 45. I'm not 45. People have been telling me I should stop lying. I have to ask a man that question if it's really lying, right? If I'm here entertaining people, is it qualified as lying? That's the question I have to ask you, Manuel. Is it qualified as lying if I'm here entertaining people, making jokes, stretching things a little bit? Is it lying? And should I be maligned for it outside of the entertainment piece?
No, it's just entertainment.
So if I'm trying to form relationships outside, like, and then people say, well, you lie a lot. And I say, yes, I do. But for entertainment. Is that bad? The fact that I lie, I'm honest about lying, right?
Yeah.
If you ask me, did I lie? I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't continue the lie once the entertainment piece has been
exactly.
rumpled. Do you understand? Because I'm doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? Sometime to make you laugh. Sometime never to make you cry. But cry with laughter, yes.
Yeah.
You understand? And obviously I'm a storyteller too.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm Trinidadian. It's like a rite of passage. And if you know Trinidadians, if you've been to Trinidad, you would understand that this is who we are, right? So I can't escape it because I'm Trinidadian. Yeah. Just like you can't escape being
certain things because I'm your
part. 100%. Do you understand? I can't, right? We sing when we talk. So when stories are told, they're fancy, right? So should I be deducted points because I come on here and make sure that people are entertained?
I don't think so.
I don't think people would like me if I told the truth all the time.
What? Why?
Well, Shadow might like me.
This guy.
Oh man!
It's just
jokes. It's just jokes. I swear, I love black women. I swear, I'm not misogynistic, patriarchal, and all that stuff. I swear. That's legit. But you see what I did just now?
Yep.
Like, how are you gonna trust me? You couldn't trust me. What's real and what's fake?
Yeah, but it's entertainment, man.
But don't you think I have to basically protect myself somehow? So if it is, I threw up bare smoke, smoke missiles, right? You never know which is the actual missile. If it is a president's running through a Peckham, right? He has to have decoy cars, right?
True indeed.
Do you understand?
True indeed.
So is it a bad thing? Should I be deducted points?
I don't think so, man.
Oh, you're just saying that though.
No, because
you're my friend.
I feel like context.
You want
is
me to have
everything.
good things outside
True
of the
indeed.
entertainment piece.
No, but I don't think so because I think it's just context. Everyone should understand context.
Really? Everyone should understand context.
They should.
Everyone should ask for context before judging. 100%. Right? Before you make your mind up, if something sounds a little off, ask for more information, right? Tell me more. Afford me the grace, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it's something I have to basically live with because I've chosen to basically do what I do.
True indeed.
And that's why I have to keep myself to myself, to be honest.
What do you think about what Black Rob just said?
What do you say?
You'd be demonetized in a day if you told the truth all the time.
If I told the truth, or is just in general?
Just in general, yeah.
No, I don't. If it's in general, I disagree. Okay. If it's me, maybe. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. It's just jokes. In general, no, because I do believe that a lot of people are who they say they are, who they present themselves to be, right? And a lot of people I've met are decent people, right? Yeah. I do believe that in most cases, the people I have met, they are decent people. I find myself in areas where decent people are. And I also find myself in areas and I conduct the environment around me for people to act a particular way that I only see as decent. Because if they don't, then be gone. Do you understand? So, no, I don't agree with that particular sentiment if it is all across the board. Yeah. Just imagine if I said, Emmanuel, like next week or the day after we make our announcement, right? No, because that may not be the day where we, whatever. But when we're running, and then that first day, the rules of being in front of the mic is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And you can't say plead the fifth or pass it to the next person.
Okay.
That might be a disastrous day. Because
It's not
in my head, I'm just prone to cause mischief and ask particular questions there where you have to basically answer it, and then TMB will collapse.
That it's not a might be. That would be it.
It's finished. Finished. I don't even know if so we might finish the stream because they will know where we are. They will come with pitchforks and torches.
But here's a thought. Could that potentially be the start of a completely different underground network?
100% underground network.
Yeah, because that would get like 1 trillion views, yeah.
To be honest, the risque is what people go for these days.
True indeed.
Right? The unattainable, that's sought after more than it's just really there.
Yep.
This might be a strategy we should look into or consider. Maybe we should do on the 1st of April. So we have some cover.
Yes.
It's just jokes.
Just
jokes. We're just committed to it.
Yes, for real. We have some time to plan our jokes.
All right, let's get back in the car.
All right, people. So today's topic of the day is going to be about Traoré. Traoré, who is the leader of Burkina Faso. Now, the reason why I want us to talk about him briefly is because I'm aware of the fact that I brought him up a few times. I've even spoken to Christy about it a few times. And people who are kind of in that world, who care, but I don't want to say care, but those who are kind of aware of what goes on back home to some degree know a bit about Ibrahim Traoré. Now, again, he's the current leader of Burkina Faso, and he's done a lot of good things. So every now and again, when we're on the show, when I mention him, it's because just to say, look at what he's doing over there. You know what I'm saying? Together with some of the other, only a handful of other presidents in Africa, compared to the majority who seems to just be squandering our resources and just pandering to the West. And so I say all of that just to say, for those who don't know who he is, I want this brief topic of the day to be about what he's done so that you have something to go to and to understand his contributions, right? So, again, Brent, if you don't mind, can you put up a picture of him just so people kind of have an idea of who I'm talking about?
I will.
And literally all I'm going to do is just bring up some of the things he's done in the time he's been there. Now, he's only been there for a few years, right? And again, this nation's Burkina Faso, right? Which is basically the nation that gave us Thomas Sankara. So people are seeing him kind of almost like the next Sankara, or even he himself has basically said, if I'm not mistaken, that he wants to actually complete the work that Thomas Sankara wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Which is a beautiful work. But as we know, whenever we have a good leader in Africa, their life is at risk. You know what I'm saying? And I'll get into that as well because he has had numerous attempts on his life. But that man is strong. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us are out here making sure that he's fortified with the spirit of our ancestors to make sure that they can't take him.
Are serious?
100%.
Are we praying?
Yeah, we're doing all of that. But there he is. There's a good man on the screen. No nonsense. You know what I'm saying? Military leader who said, I've had enough of the previous regime and we need to take over. Similar thing happened in Mali. Similar thing happened in Niger, right? But he is basically doing a lot. And I want to go through some of these things. And if you don't mind, Brent, if you could put up some pictures, I'll tell you when. Just so that people can actually see what I'm saying. But as you guys know, I always talk about economics because I feel like that is the number one thing that everyone should care about. That's just my humble opinion. You may not care about that. You may care about other things. But for me, I feel like once you sort out the economics, you pretty much have the foundation to sort out all the other things that you care about. With regards to GDP growth, he has increased Burkina Faso's GDP from $18.8 billion to $22.1 billion, right? With regards to debt management, again, we're talking about the economy here, economic reforms. He rejected IMF and World Bank loans. Now, we've already on the show spoken about other governments. Akufo-Addo, for example, who's the previous president of Ghana, who basically went to the IMF and got, I believe it was like a $3 billion loan. countless. Every other African leader basically goes to the IMF and gets loans. And we might even have to do another show to speak about how these IMF loans cripple the country and basically facilitate them being in more and more debt, just being in a swamp of debt that they can't get out of. Yeah, he has rejected it, and he's insisted that Africa has to break free from all financial dependence on the West. Right? This is what he's about. With regards to salary adjustments, now we already know that in some governments, even in this country, as recent as early this week, I believe, yesterday or so, somebody, or Monday, somebody was talking about how, I believe it was the House Speaker, was basically, they exposed him for dipping into taxpayers' money because he took an extra suitcase or extra briefcase onto a plane, for example, and that cost the taxpayer £500. Little things like this. David Lammy, if you look at David Lammy's, well, not just him, but him and his cabinet and the other things that he basically arranges, and the amount of money taxpayers have had to fund what he's doing. And how many of us can say that we benefited from any of this? Tangibly, right? This is what's happening. He's done the reverse back home. The place that they say is corrupt, he has done the reverse to show and prove that's not the nature of Africans. And he's cut ministers and parliamentary salaries by 30%. He's cut them. And then he's increased the civil servants' pay by 50%. I think we need some horns on that, Brent.
Come on. Apparently he walks around with his pistol on his
waist.
Come on.
100%. I'm glad you mentioned that. So he had a meeting with ECOWAS.
I had help. Somebody mentioned it in the chat. I don't want to take responsibility for
it. Doesn't matter.
Fantastic.
We're all one here.
Let's run it.
You know what I'm saying?
Collective.
But yes, I believe there was a meeting with ECOWAS. ECOWAS is the Economic Communities of West African States, I believe. Something like that. And basically it's just West Africa. It's the reason why we can go from place to place in West Africa with, for example, a Ghanaian passport or Nigerian passport and stuff here. So there's the economic agreement. Anyway, he was basically linking up with them, and he refused to let them take his gun when they did the whole search and stuff. Why? Because he doesn't trust them.
Yep.
Rightfully so. Because even in the same country, you have people that will betray your own leaders. How much more another person, a Nigerian or a Tinubu or some other guy?
Yeah.
Get out of it.
Get out of it.
Good on you, Traoré.
Good on you. Question, because I'm going to ask a few questions, because I like when it is you get into your little educate me bag, right? It gingers me slyly, right?
We thank God.
What?
So we thank God. Whatever.
For it ginger me?
This guy.
Mate. Anywho,
Yes.
I was looking to see if you had different color socks on.
Yeah.
Obviously, when you are an African leader of a country, right? Because I'm seeing fruitful stuff in your future, right? Would you walk around with a pistol if need be?
100%.
What pistol would it be?
Oh no.
You haven't thought that far yet.
No.
All right. Would it be a nice one? Or you just going for efficiency?
Efficiency.
All right. So if it didn't look too decent,
I don't care about that. It just has to work well. It has to work well. I'm telling you, I would have my traditional charms.
yeah. Ugh.
I would have
Then
my
why do you need a pistol?
bulletproof. Hey, effective. You have to be efficient. You know what I'm saying? Someone might hit me with spiritual something. I need to be protected. Then I got the Teflon. Then I've got the guns. You know what I'm saying?
But wouldn't the African charms repel the bullets? Not just repel it, but send it back to sender.
It depends on the package you get. So some of them you might get it right back. You know what I'm saying? But there's certain things we can't do it like live. You know what I'm saying? So I just have to be like, okay, cool. Protect myself, and I'll shoot you with the real thing.
I am really, really puzzled about that. Because you keep saying that, and I don't know if it's true, that this particular level of spiritual transformation can't happen when people are looking. Why?
No, to be honest with you, I was only joking when I said that. It might be able to happen. But typically it doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying? There's something in place that makes sure you don't see it.
Can I ask why though? Why do you think that is? And it's not just with this particular African spirituality, because some people will ask, but how come I've never seen any demon possessions and whatnot? Well, you're not looking properly, right? Because there are videos out there. But it doesn't last long.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm wondering why.
I don't know.
Is it that if we see that there is that type of supernatural activity, we will then be scared and go towards protection? And sometimes that protection could mean whether it's, your ancestors, or Allah, or Jesus Christ. Maybe that's why they keep it away from the public eye. Because when you see it, then you'll have to believe it. And in believing it, you have to basically get some protection. And the only protection against it is good stuff. Jesus Christ.
But it might...
Another stuff.
It might... it might make people want to come over to our belief system. And it's not for them. It's not for the West to exploit our belief systems. Look at Wakanda and them sort of situations there. You know what I'm saying? That was for the Africans. Then the West tried to get involved, tried to exploit the resources. This is for us.
See, this is the limitation of my empathy for this dialogue. What I mean by that is, before the white man decided to do what the white man did, racism didn't exist in this form. It didn't exist, right?
Yeah.
But yet there was African spirituality.
Yes.
Do you understand? So you now saying the reasons to why it is that they don't show it in public is because, or fair, that the white man might like it too much and decide to join the ranks. I don't know how to basically understand that. I can't come to terms with that.
Why?
Because you're telling me that this particular belief is generationally relevant. Do you understand? Each generation, depending on what changes in society, then that particular religion changes. The belief system changes to adapt.
Okay.
Do you understand? And I can't get down with that.
That your belief system has to adapt?
Nah, I like how you said that, because I would have plucked that same thing out of
what you said.
my... Yeah, I would have. Because, I would be you, right? But what I mean is, you said that there's a possible fear that the white man might like the power.
It's just me just talking about
I
it.
know,
Yeah,
but you've got... I'm here now.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's talk. Go on.
No, we don't have to stretch this out.
Of course, we have to get back to Traoré.
I only started clarifying because it's something that you didn't understand what I'm saying, but you now told me you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get what you're
So
saying.
why are we continuing then? Oh, for the benefit of the people. They also understand. If you understand, they understand. In it, Shadow. You think I'm going to drop that?
Well, Shadow's not in today, is it?
He is always looking.
From the shadows.
I can guarantee you, if I start pushing back on you, he'll pop up. Brent's so stupid, man.
This guy.
He mixes things up, man. I understand him, man. You goddamn swinger. You nut swinger. There's a particular distaste for these nut swingers. Like, I don't mind people liking certain people. I'd have no problem. But when it's incessant swinging, like for mad stuff too, like if it was good stuff, swing away.
Can you imagine?
Swing away. And I know good stuff and bad stuff is subjective.
It is, but yes.
But his platform here, right? It's easily and pointedly outlined. I don't think people misunderstand what it is that we're building here. It's positivity. It's positivity. It's avenues for progress. And if it doesn't look like progress, I'll have an issue with it. Do you understand? That these are my rules that I abide by. You have your rules you abide by. I have my rules that I abide by. So anyway.
Yes.
Long live Shadow.
Of course, 100%. So yeah, like I was saying, with regards to the economy, those are some of the biggest things that he's done, right? With regards to industrial and agricultural initiatives now. So basically, doing for self and making sure that the government or the country is somewhat self-sufficient, right? He has built 2 factories, reducing dependency on imported foods. So this is like a tomato processing plant, right? Where, of course, a lot of things. You know what? A lot of the time, yeah. I think because we're African and we know that a lot of amazing foods and natural things exist in Africa naturally, yeah, and abundantly, we think that we kind of just have access to these things. But a lot of these things are exported and sometimes imported. The same damn thing, right? It's just inefficient in many ways, isn't it? Because of various just various things along the way. So, for example, the other day when I mentioned about raw cashews being sold, right? Because and then being sold, exported and whatnot. But then you're importing the processed ones because there's no real processing plants in Ghana, right? Stuff like that. This is what Traoré is trying to remedy in Burkina Faso. So he's built 2 factories, reducing dependency on imported foods. A gold refinery now, yeah? So he's approved the construction of Burkina Faso's first gold refinery
Come on.
to retain more wealth domestically, right? The first gold refinery. This is what he's doing. And he's launched a national support center for cotton processing as well. So the cotton industry, he's trying to expand that as well. So again, these are just some of the basics that he started in the time he's been there. He's only been there for a couple of years, right? And this is why I want you to put a picture up of, yeah, Brent. You know the whole judicial and cultural garms of the lawyers, the judges, and all that sort of stuff that we see in this country, that we see all over the world. Yeah, he's changed all of that, Brent. So if you can just type in colonial judicial reform or
I
something.
think I remember.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing a fantastic image of this.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is so inspirational.
He's doing a lot, man. He's doing a lot.
So Traoré.
Mm-hmm. So why are you doing that? Just tell
What
people.
should I type in?
Basically just judicial clothes or something. It should come up. But he's replaced the colonial era British style wigs. You know the robes, the wigs and robes that we wear. Well, not we, but the judges and whatnot wear in court and whatnot. And he's changed that all completely. He's banned it. He said, we ain't wearing that nonsense no more. That's not of us. And he's turned it into now a traditional Burkinabe attire. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Exactly.
Come on.
So that's what it is. So now, if you unfortunately find yourself in court, at least you'll be looking at an African judging you. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to have Africans projecting European colonial.
And this is what it used to be.
Yeah, this is what they were proudly. You know what I'm saying? But he said, I had enough of this.
Yeah.
They're not ruling us in any way, not economically and definitely not morally. You know what I'm saying? So he's changed that up. With regards to security and foreign policy now, he's expelled foreign forces. I'm pretty sure we spoke about this on the show a couple of times. He removed the French military presence completely. And he's trying to now seek military alliances now with who? Russia and Turkey. You know what I'm saying? Russia and Turkey. And if you notice, for anybody who kind of knows the history, if you go back to just before pre-colonial days, when you had a lot of these African leaders who would then go on to become the first presidents of their respective states, a lot of them obviously were socialists, right? But a lot of them would sing, I don't want to say sing the praises of, but at least they kind of veer towards support of Russia, USSR, right? As opposed to the West. Because obviously they've been exposed to colonialism via the Brits, via the French, via, you know what I mean, these different people, the Portuguese and whatnot. So it's kind of in that same vein where he's moving towards saying, okay, cool, you know what? We don't trust these guys. You know what I mean? We would rather work with the Russians. Maybe they'll give us a better deal. Maybe it's more beneficial for us. Yeah. We'd rather work with the Turkish as well. Because again, I think a lot of people do know that Turkey is one of the best militaries in the world. You know what I'm saying? They're serious guys. So anyway, that's what he's trying to do. And he's also launched an aggressive anti-terrorism strategy to basically reclaim some of the rebel-held territories. You know what I'm saying? So again, I believe in Burkina Faso and also in Mali, they were getting help from the French. They were getting help from the Wagner Group, right? Which obviously was like a mercenaries of Russians, right? So yeah, he's basically anti-terrorism. He's anti all of that extremism, religious nonsense. You know what I'm saying? We don't need that in our country, right? And that's what he's basically doing. He's actually doing what Nigeria should have done with Boko Haram ages ago. That's what he's doing.
Just to give a little color to what you just said, because it was interesting to me. Turkey being one of the most capable militaries in the world.
Yes.
All right, so While it may not be among the absolute top-tier superpowers like the United States, Russia, or China, it is widely regarded as one of the strongest and most advanced military forces,
100%.
particularly within NATO and the Middle East region. Here's why. 1. Strong manpower and military size. Global ranking, Turkey typically ranks in the top 10 to 15 globally. 10 to 15 globally in terms of overall military power. Active personnel, over 425,000 active troops. Mental. Wait, don't mess with them, Turkey, man, bro. Boy, with a total force of nearly 900,000 when including reserves and paramilitary forces. Conscription, Turkey enforces mandatory military service, ensuring a constant flow of trained persons. I'd love for that to be the case, to be honest. Well, I would prefer it in Trinidad, but obviously I'm not in Trinidad. I haven't been in Trinidad since I was 6. Well, I have been in, but living. That would be cool for this country. Do you understand? Just to give you a sense of discipline, to add to society a bit more. I think our world would be a bit different if it is that it came through that level of training. Modern and well-equipped armed forces. Turkey has been a key NATO ally since 1952, benefited from joint military exercises, intelligence sharing, and access to Western technology. Domestic arms industry, Turkey has developed a strong defense industry, manufacturing high-tech weapons, drones, tanks, and warships. Key military assets. Operates over 245 fighter jets, including F-16s. You all don't know any of these abbreviations. Has a strong presence. I've done enough. It's a strong military
Serious.
force. Yep.
I'm telling you.
Yep.
Exactly.
Jeez.
So this is what Burkina Faso is doing. They're working with those guys as opposed to the West. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully that will prove to be fruitful. With regards to prison reform, now remember the other day, I believe it was maybe yesterday even. Might have been yesterday, I can't remember. I spoke about how he's got some of the prisoners to work. Remember I said that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So if you don't, actually, I don't really know if there's a picture, but long story short, he's introduced a policy where prisoners work in agriculture and they receive their wages. And it's all part of a whole sentence reduction program as well. So each month of work reduces an inmate's sentence by 3 months. Yeah? So he's basically promoting the whole rehabilitation and just national productivity. For those who knew before, Sankara did a lot of making sure the average person contributed to actually fixing the country. Whether that be building a building, whether that be laying train tracks, whether that be just, just certain things. A lot of these things seem to really be carrying on from what Thomas Sankara, the great Thomas Sankara, did when he was the president, before that animal of a so-called friend betrayed him and got him killed. And obviously backed by the West, the French and whatnot. With regards to food security, he's helped increase, man, the local food production, man. You know what I'm saying? And he's giving prisoners the skills to reintegrate into society. Because obviously all of this stuff is going to contribute to their skills. You know what I'm saying? So that when they have reduced their sentences and they've spent the time that they're meant to in prison and they go out into the real world, they can now be productive. They can get jobs. They can do things for themselves as well. You know what I'm saying? So all of these things he really thought about.
Yeah.
And you would think this is all amazing things, right? And I'm pretty sure everyone you don't even need common sense. You would see that this is amazing stuff. But what's happened though? He survived multiple attempts in his life. More than 18.
More than 18?
More than 18.
When you say survived, were they active attempts? Or
I'm not too sure about
fumbled?
the detail. I'm not too sure about the details.
Okay.
So I can't go into those. But people have tried to kill him. People have tried to set up plans and he's foiled certain things. Like there was a coup. I
remember that.
There you go. There was a coup which led to arrests within even his own armed forces. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this is what people are doing. People want to just take over, take the power, be, you know what I mean, all up in the limelight and whatnot, and don't want to sacrifice for the country. And this has been happening since for decades and decades. All of our greats, you know what I'm saying? Either the West gets to them and they, corrupt them, or they kill them. You know what I'm saying? Mysterious deaths, you know what I'm saying? Like Samora Machel, you know what I'm saying? All sorts of stuff. So I just wanted to mention some of the things that Ibrahim Traoré is doing in Burkina Faso and just give him giving these flowers, man, and also just make you guys aware of what this particular African president is doing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the time we do romanticize the past, and rightfully so. It was a great time at certain times, but this man is doing it right now. He's doing it right now, and yeah, hopefully what he's doing will spread to other nations. Again, I really like the young president of Senegal. You know what I'm saying? He's not a military leader, but he's doing a lot of things over there. He's started with an oil refinery as well, again, to make the country self-sufficient. You know what I'm saying? And that's an amazing thing. I did want to ask though, but obviously because of time, maybe we'll do this another day. But I did want to ask this question bit pretty much. If he's done this, right, does this mean to you guys listening, that other African leaders before willingly chose corruption, willingly chose to be crap? If he's come and done this and we've seen him do this, he's being effective, he's changing things, does this mean that the other leaders that we criticized before, rightfully so, were just choosing to be corrupt, choosing to be lackluster, choosing to not care about the overall progression of their nations? Or is there more? Should we apply some nuance here? Should we give them some grace? You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts, Brent?
Strangely enough, my immediate answer is I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe in hindsight, one could levy that particular charge against their name, but I'm not sure all of them get into it with the intent to carry on tradition. But another thought popped into my mind, and I want to ask you this question. I think you had told us that Sankara had multiple wives, right?
No, he didn't. He had one.
Oh, okay. Were there rumors?
No, that was a mix-up in the Sankara gate, innit?
Oh.
Because essentially what happened was, because I thought, we're not going to go into why I thought this.
Yes. Because you thought that he had a quote-unquote bastard child, then he would have had different women.
Yeah.
Cool. Fair.
Yeah, but he had actually, no.
So
he had one wife.
In your mind,
kids.
the respect for him kind of dropped a bit when you realized he didn't have multiple wives.
Oh, not at all. That don't give me more. That's not a more or less respect thing. If you got 5 and you can handle it well, fantastic. If you got 1 and handle it well, fantastic.
Question, and this is obviously a stupid question. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. If you found out Malcolm X had a snow bunny, would you see him a bit differently?
No.
Would it be tainted? Okay.
No.
If you found out that this fantastic young man who's doing good work beats his wife, would you think of him differently?
This makes me
I only use that example because interchanged with anything that society sees as bad.
Okay.
And you also see as bad, because society might see it as bad, but you let's say play. But you also see as bad. And line that up, marry it with what he's doing right now and what he probably will continue to do, God willing, that he is protected and whatnot. At the end of his stint, you find out that he was would you think of him differently?
I may think, oh man, it's unfortunate that he was doing that, but that wouldn't make me just throw him in the bin. No, no, it doesn't. My brain doesn't operate that way.
And I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't. And it does for me,
Everyone's a human being, man. Everyone's flawed. Everybody. If we use that same metric for everybody, you throw everybody in the bin.
No, but I think I asked that question because you mentioned the corruption of the other leaders.
Yeah.
So those other leaders may have treated their wives wonderfully.
Yeah.
Right? And they caused more damage because of the thieving and whatnot that they did for the country.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I understand how you might be like, nah, throw him in the bin. But this man who has done more, if he is flawed, like irreparably flawed in his personal life, you're like, nah, well, in his public life, he did a lot of good for More people.
How flawed is he?
And that's what I'm
that
asking
he
you
can
to.
do this though.
Is there a measure? Is there a point where you say, yeah, I can't stand for that?
There might be, but it's just something I can't think of right now. If I'm being honest,
I could think of a few things. I mean, there's always that, that dark place right in the back of that cupboard where those dark files lie. But I'm not trying to distract you from the good messages that you're pointing out right now. It's just because you mentioned the corruption and you're like, okay, well, I can understand how we can perceive him as all good, but and the people who came before as all corrupt and bad. But would you change your mind if in his personal life you find out that this is who he was?
it's just like the whole thing with Martin Luther King, though, isn't it? Like I was even having a discussion with somebody. Big up Rangu.
Be specific as to what you're talking about.
I don't like to. I don't like to because I don't want to be one of those who spread that about Martin Luther King.
As in the truth?
If I don't know if it's the truth.
Okay, fair.
But I just don't like it. So, but there's somebody out there who's basically exposing a lot of the information that the government knew about MLK, and it's not nice. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people feel like, oh man, I see him differently. I don't. You know what I'm saying? He's a great man to me. I don't agree with his positions on many things, but he was a great man. He put his life on the line for black people, and I have to respect him for that. I have to respect him. I don't give a damn because he risked his life for people. His wife doesn't have a husband or didn't have a husband because of his love for black people. His children grew up without a father because of his love for. That's the ultimate sacrifice. And you want me to start judging him because of something he did behind closed doors? The doors were closed for a reason. It's not for me to know. It's not my business. What is my business is what he was saying and doing with the people.
Yeah.
And because of him, life was better for black people. You know what I'm saying? So I have to appreciate him. Everyone's flawed, man.
Yeah. I mean, I find it difficult to reconcile my love or adoration or respect for somebody if I find out that behind closed doors they were doing a madness.
Yeah, but everyone's got that. Like you said, what is that madness? There might be...
Savile.
No, that's diabolical.
Is it? Who's that? Roald Dahl fella, not Roald Dahl, but the Rob Harris.
Rob Harris. No. You could have just stopped on Savile. I
No,
don't think
but
Harris
I'm
was
saying
as bad as Savile.
I'm saying that.
Yeah,
to the public's eye, they did a lot for the world. Right?
Do you know what's crazy? My brain doesn't go into those places.
I know it doesn't.
I just don't see that as possibilities for people.
I don't think automatically people's mind goes unless you're a massive hater and you're just looking for stuff, right? But I'm saying when it's now presented to you, does it dirty the water a bit?
Yeah, that would for me.
Jerome says you can appreciate someone's works while not respecting them as a person. R. Kelly, right? Whilst I was younger, I listened to his music. I listened to that man's music. And I don't even know if it's because of who the man... Yeah. I just don't listen to his music.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
True, yeah, 100%.
If I had a choice, if I was listening to his music, 100% I'd be like, no. I can't do this.
Yeah.
The same with...
Same.
I couldn't anymore.
I told Ramsey that same thing.
I couldn't anymore.
I couldn't.
Do you understand?
Nope.
I couldn't.
Can't do it.
And one of the best to ever do it.
I wouldn't go that far.
100%.
He was good in his time.
When it dropped, he doesn't make music anymore.
Oh, they got rid of him?
No, he's chosen not to. It's a choice.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a choice. The same way as it's a choice. Yeah, it's a choice.
Sorry. Sorry, guys.
Anyway, let me not labor on this point. And also Maggie says,
Big up Maggie, good morning.
Good morning, my lovely. Where is the line? How about mistreatment of children? We got there, and I do think Emmanuel will pause to ponder.
Yeah,
right?
That's diabolical, man.
If he finds out that Trump is diddling, I do believe he will drop the support. That's where you're going, and I answer that question for you. He will drop that support.
I'm not in support of Trump.
Hey,
let's
not.
Yeah, of course. But that much to
come up
be.
and start getting. But hey, leave him in the shadows, man. God damn it.
Oh man.
All right, then.
That's terrible. Yeah, but big up Traoré.
Yeah, if you can continue, keeping us abreast of all of the fantastic achievements and progress he's making, I would appreciate that. Thank you very much.
I will try my
Say
very
much,
best.
much.
Yeah, I thought
There
you
we go.
would say Musk.
There we go.
But yes, let's go into our headlines. What happened?
My brain. So you said Musk just now, right?
Yeah.
We as human beings, I think we like certain pheromones, right? We're attracted to certain pheromones. And sometimes we don't know what scent we like until we smell it, and then it has an effect on our body.
True indeed.
Have you ever walked into a scent profile that just had you like, whoa? And it's not a perfume, not a manufactured scent, an original.
What do you mean by an original?
Where'd your mind go? I said, why you giggled? What are you doing?
What?
Where did your mind go? Where did it go just now when you smirked? Because I asked the question, but where did your mind go?
No, because I thought you were talking metaphorically about anything in life that you're exposed to that you've never been exposed to before.
When I said pheromones?
Yeah, where you're just talking about, I thought you were talking about metaphorically.
No. You said musk.
Yeah.
So have you smelt somebody's musk?
Yeah, but I said that because you said something about Musk.
No.
Because it was about Trump.
No,
I thought,
forget it. I told you my mind went to Musk now
Yeah,
because you
I
mentioned
know.
Musk.
Yeah.
So I've now developed a question to ask you. Yeah, it's Wednesday.
Yes, it is. Remember that, guys.
To now find out if you've ever taken in a scent profile that you're like, whew, and it wasn't aided by perfume.
Can't think of time,
That's all right. That is all right. It just speaks to the level of
Focus.
100% discipline.
We thank God.
100%.
Alhamdulillah.
You're not a stiffer, bro. Let's push on.
Oh, man. All right, people.
I'm not stiffer either, by the way. Just so that's clear. Just so that's clear. But I do like a natural aroma. Yeah.
All right. So, our next set of headlines, people. 2 teenagers, aged 14 and 16, have been arrested after a viral video showed a chair being thrown from a 3rd-floor balcony.
Did you
at
see that?
Stratford, Westfield. No, I ain't seen it,
Absolute imbeciles. Neanderthals, man.
There you go. What, were they Neanderthals?
How do you mean? If you in Stratford, what? If you're in Stratford, Westfield, right?
Yeah.
And you are on the 2nd floor. It doesn't matter what floor you're on.
Yep.
And you take up a bloody sofa.
Yeah.
Not a sofa.
Yeah.
It's like a one armchair type thing, right? Not doesn't have arms. But-
Yeah.
And you flipping drop it from a height.
Insane.
And you run off giggling. Jail them. Because if it dropped on somebody's head, you would have said, oops, sorry. Jail them.
It's insane.
Bloody animal.
It's insane.
And you'd record it and put it online, Remind, what is wrong with these young people?
And the thing is, people will say that you're bad for saying this, you go prison and all this sort of stuff. Nah, man, certain people need to not be in society, They need to not be there.
Then they be crying when it is they get arrested now. Parents crying.
It's sad.
The parents should cry. I mean, I don't know if they raised them like that, but
But yeah, long story short, guys, they've been arrested. Police arrested the boys on suspicion of criminal damage. The video was viewed over 8 million times. Unfortunately, not one of them was by me. But it was filmed on Snapchat and was uploaded to TikTok.
Absolute mental.
Footage showed a youth dropping a blue chair whilst another person reacted in shock. The Met Police confirmed that the officers from Newham have made the arrests and the boys remain in custody, man. Next headline, and Bangladesh's interim leader, Muhammad Yunus, has said the former Prime Minister, Sheikh Hasina, will stand trial for crimes against humanity. Hasina is accused of overseeing enforced disappearances and the mass killing of protesters in July and August of last year. Yunus stated that not only Hasina, but also her associates and family members will also be facing trial. Bangladesh has issued 2 arrest warrants for Hasina, who is in exile right now in India, but has received no official response from New Delhi. Hasina is accused of running secret detention centers where political opponents were allegedly tortured and killed. She denies the allegations, calling them political persecution, and the UN estimates that 1,400 people were killed in a violent crackdown and protests before Hasina fled. Investigations into alleged corruption have also been launched, including a probe into the British Labour MP Tulip Sadiq, who's Hasina's niece. I believe we spoke about her earlier this year, I believe. Bangladesh is facing a growing refugee crisis with the influx of Rohingya,
nailed it.
Yep. Fleeing violence in Myanmar, right? And Yunus said talks were underway to create a safe zone for the Rohingya to return to their homeland. Next headline, a trigger warning on this one.
Before you move on,
yeah,
because I want to move this from the screen. This is said video. Look at how he's struggling to even pick it up, right?
Go, yalla. There's no way this guy's in. Oh no.
Look at this idiot.
What the fuck is this? Code. Oh no, code. What the hell is this?
Oh man.
Come on. There's no way I did that.
Why did it have
Then
to
he
be
says,
us?
"No way I did that."
Why did it have to be? Such a shame. Oh man. It's a damn shame. Next headline, trigger warning on this one, people. Trigger warning. A teenage boy has been shot dead in South London. The Met Police said that the 16-year-old was killed on Paradise Road near Stockwell Tube Station. Officers were called to the scene about 3:20 p.m. on Tuesday to reports of a shooting. Despite the best efforts of paramedics from the London Ambulance Service and London's Air Ambulance, the teenager was pronounced dead at the scene. In a statement, the Met Police said that no arrests have been made and it had launched a murder investigation. Officers were also working to identify the teenager and contact his next of kin. Sad, man. I'll continue on with the headlines. Jordan Bitter, who is a 25-year-old from eastern DR Congo, risked his life swimming across the Rusizi River to escape conscription by M23 rebels. Basically, this is show about men who are risking their lives trying to flee from conscription by M23. And basically, some of them are drowning. So M23 has captured the cities of Goma and Bukavu in the last 5 weeks, forcing nearly 70,000 Congolese to flee to Burundi. Many refugees are crossing the river using makeshift rafts, with at least 20 people drowning in the past 2 weeks. Burundian troops are monitoring the border and checking luggage to prevent weapons from entering. Men are reportedly being stopped at Uvira and forced to stay to defend the city against M23. Burundi has over 10,000 troops in DR Congo supporting the fight against M23, fearing the rebels could strengthen the Burundian rebel group Red Tabara. So refugees in Burundi face overcrowding, with up to 25 people per tent and only 1 meal per day. And this next headline, if we had more time, I would have gone into it, because yesterday Trump basically gave a speech to Congress, and it was something. But tomorrow we'll talk about it because of time. But long story short, what happened was a representative of the Democrats, Al Green, was ejected from the House chamber for heckling the president, Donald Trump, during his joint address to Congress. Green shouted out, "Mr. President, you don't have a mandate," in protest of Medicaid cuts, before being drowned out by the Republicans' chants of USA, right? So the House Speaker, Mike Johnson, ordered Green's removal. Gave him a chance. I remember watching it saying, "I'm giving you a warning, this, that, and the third," but whatever. But then later, he just said, "Look, you have to get out of here." And obviously, Al Green, he defended his actions and vowed to push for Donald Trump's impeachment. Trump has claimed Medicaid won't be affected, but Democrats argue that Republican budget cuts will threaten the program. Prominent Democrats invited Medicaid beneficiaries as guests to highlight the issue. And other Democrats protested by wearing pink dresses to highlight rising costs for women and yellow-blue ties for their support of Ukraine. Trump announced a pause on military aid to Ukraine following tensions with President Volodymyr Zelensky. That pause, like I said to you yesterday, Brent, because of how much USA contributes to NATO, this pause they're in trouble.
Mm.
They're in trouble. It means that every other European state would have to double their contribute. Double, not increase by 10, 15, 20%. Double. And all of that still collectively will still be under what America was basically contributing as a whole with them, if that makes sense. So, yeah. This is the reason why Vladimir Zelensky is basically saying, listen, we want peace. I'm ready to talk again. And the last headline, trigger one on this one. The use of rape as a weapon of war has been uncovered in the midst of a major conflict. Investigators for the UN Children's Agency say hundreds of little girls and boys, some not even a year old, more than a dozen under the age of 5, have been horrifically sexually abused by armed men in Sudan's civil war. Animals. Both the army and RSF paramilitaries have been accused of the atrocities, adding a horrific new dimension to a brutal war that's claimed tens of thousands of lives since April. Also, more than 14 million people have been driven from their homes across Sudan. Many have sought refuge in the neighboring Chad. And yeah, that's basically what's happening over there, unfortunately. But yeah, that's it for the headlines. Brent, time to pay them bills.
All right.
Let's go into the reaction.
Watching any of the games yesterday?
I didn't,
Oh, okay.
Did you? All right, people. Welcome to the reaction, where we give you some of our sports news. Yesterday, Champions League, man. That's pretty much what everyone was talking about. I'll tell you the scores that don't really matter. So, Club Brugge, they lost at home to Aston Villa 3-1. Borussia Dortmund drew with Lille.
That does
1-1.
matter.
It does matter?
We got Aston Villa fans, rightfully so, in the chat that need to be represented, healed up. They've been doing well in Europe.
True. Big up you guys. Big up you guys. Real Madrid beat Atletico Madrid 2-1. But Arsenal did the job. They beat PSV Eindhoven away 7-1. But you saw the game. What happened?
Yep, good game, good result. That's it.
Serious?
100%. Next we play, we obviously have the return leg at home. It's going to be a win or a loss, doesn't matter. There's no way they're clawing back that difference.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, we have Real Madrid if they beat Atletico Madrid. And they might just do that.
Well, they're up 2-1, so...
But Atletico Madrid is not
no joke.
No jump.
Would you rather Atletico Madrid or Real Madrid?
Good question. I think that... It's a good question. Who would I rather? I reckon I would rather have Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
Yeah. But I would entertain Gunas saying he'd prefer Real Madrid. But I think I'd rather Atletico Madrid.
Okay.
But I don't know if any of this matters, if it is, Saka's not back. Because, boy, he ain't got no attackers right now. But apparently it doesn't matter. 7-1. All right.
That is crazy.
Miles Lewis Skelly was lucky to be on the pitch. And yeah, I ain't focusing or fussing too much on this. It's been a bittersweet season, and I'm looking forward to its end. Yeah. So I can go again. In fact, to be honest, I don't think anybody could steal any joy from me because of what we're looking to basically bring to the people. Nothing can basically bring me down. Nothing. Well, only sleep, or lack thereof, and shadow. Yeah. I don't like haters, man. You know what I'm saying? Haterish in spirit.
Oh man.
Anywho,
yes.
Big up Shadow.
Big up Shadow, man. Obviously we gotta go in a minute, but I do want to tell you guys a bit more. Give you some news on boxing. Long story short, obviously it was a controversial decision. We spoke about yesterday, the Tank fight against Lamont Roach. Long story short, Lamont Roach's lawyers have appealed to the New York State Commission and basically said, listen, we want to overturn this fight. We want the decision overturned. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I kind of intimated that yesterday, I believe, when we spoke about it. But yeah, they're going full force with that. I believe it was spoken about in Ring Magazine. And yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see if that, does anything. Also wanted to mention that Dillian White has officially now been forced to withdraw from his April 5th fight with Joe Joyce. So remember the other day, a few weeks back, I spoke about a sick heavyweight card with Frank Warren joining the Zone, or a deal with the Zone, basically. And yeah, that was going to be the headline fight, innit? It had Lawrence Okoli fighting Riakpo on there, had David Adeleye fighting on there. So yeah, long story short, Dillian White is out. So people are now thinking about who's going to be the replacement for Joe Joyce. There is some rumblings though, there might be Hrgovic. That's what I heard. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see. Also want to, in fact, what's this?
You want the kings of the mid-block? Ain't that you guys kryptonite? Yes. I hear people in the chat. 100%, I agree with you all. It's going to be a difficult game against Atletico Madrid. I still feel that we may have enough for Atletico Madrid. We may even have enough for Real Madrid, but then again, we may be absolutely thumped by Real Madrid because of it's just being Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it will be a nice fixture. I believe just for the sake of playing Real Madrid, and yeah, they do play more open than Atletico Madrid, but I don't know. I think I still want Atletico Madrid. I prefer them. Yeah, because it's like it's written in the stars that if we draw Real Madrid, it's gonna be a humiliation. Like something nonsense is gonna happen. I don't know. Rice might get a red card in the first 5 minutes. Then Saliba might get injured. Like something dumb. Like something dumb. Like I don't know what it is about Arsenal. In fact, no one can steal my joy. I just said that. Nothing. Let's get back in the cab, mate.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to mention, for those who know their boxing stuff, you may know of a guy called Jarrett Hurd, 34-year-old boxer. Long story short, he's announced his retirement, man. He's announced his retirement. He said that he would retire if he didn't win last Saturday against what's his name, Johan Gonzalez, and he lost. Split decision, he lost. 34 years old. And yeah, man, his career just hasn't gone to plan, man. But I liked him. Like he was a solid fighter, but he took too many punches. Way too many punches. And his style was very, very pressure. You know what I'm saying? And that sort of style is only going to last for so long. But I think he had a lot of things going on outside of the boxing world. He lost his father as well. I think in 2021. And yeah, it just kind of lost focus. But he beat Erislandi Lara. That was the fight that made me say, Hurd is serious. He took his belt. He won that fight. But then he lost to my other guy, J-Rock, Julian Williams, who, big him up as well, but I think he's probably going to be on his way out as well. He lost last week as well to, I can't remember the guy's name, but he lost as well. And he was basically saying before the fight that, look, this is the fight that's going to be my comeback. Once I win this, I'm back. People start considering me again. And he just lost badly, man. Unanimous decision. So I think he's probably going to be on his way out soon as well. So that particular era of 154, 160 fighters are going to be going. But yeah, long story short, this is about Jarrett Hurd. He's retiring, he's retired. And yeah, but big him up, man. Just wanted to give him his flowers because he was indeed a world champion at 154. He beat the legendary Erislandi Lara. He also beat Tony Harrison as well. I think he stopped Tony Harrison, if I remember correctly. And Tony Harrison's a good fighter as well. But I think Tony Harrison's also retired as well. So that era is basically going. You know what I'm saying? And the last thing I wanted to say is also just pick up Amanda Serrano. She's one of the greatest female boxers. And she's the woman, by the way, I referenced when I was talking about the hair grease going in Tank's eye. Because before her big fight,
there was some hair grease that went in her eyes, and it actually they stopped the fight completely. When I say stop the fight, didn't even start the fight. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the day before or just before they were going to get in the ring, something like that. So it is something that's real. But anyway, I mentioned her because she has signed a lifetime agreement with MVP, Most Valuable Promotions. And basically, she's going to be fighting under that banner until she retires. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, she's going to chair MVP's women's boxing initiatives going forward. So she signed a big deal with them, man. She partnered with them back in 2020, which obviously led to 8 fights under their banner. She had 2 big fights with Katie Taylor, legendary fights. We spoke about the most recent one as well. But yeah, basically, long story short, it just shows that MVP want to kind of elevate women's boxing. And with Amanda Serrano in their ranks, hopefully they can definitely they can do that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the reaction, guys.
Diaby was another talent.
Injury prone.
So amazing. So amazing. But never mind. Pour some liquor out. All right, then. Let's get into the wrap up. Weirdly enough, Hleb was one of my favorite
I forgot about that guy, you know. Forgot about these guys.
That guy was wavy.
Yes,
Santi
guys.
came along.
Who?
Santi came along. Remember Eduardo?
Yes, yes. Was he the one who got the bad injury? No, it wasn't him. It was it Eduardo?
He did get a bad
Yeah, it was
injury.
him.
And when he came back, he scored that goal. It was like, oh, we missed you, bro.
Didn't last long though. Afterwards, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure, he was done out here. He was done after that. He didn't have no consistent.
No.
Yeah.
No. And then he was sold.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Man.
The
You
greatest.
wanted him to be your father, innit? Sorry, why did I say that?
I have no idea. I have no idea.
What I meant to say was,
I respect Wenger. 100%
that's what I meant to say.
I really didn't like when people disrespected him, saying "get out," and they were just really disrespecting him. The man he's Arsenal through and through.
Yeah.
Without him, all these conversations people have about Arsenal being top 5, top 4 wouldn't be a reality.
It's so funny. The question I asked you about a man's personal life destroying his legacy.
Yeah.
Like he apparently was unfaithful to his wife.
Who? Arsene Wenger, yeah?
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, yeah, I remember, yeah. Actually, yeah, I remember. Allegedly, though. That's just alleged.
yeah, sure.
Yeah. But still, he's the greatest Arsenal manager of all time.
Yeah. Obviously,
Greatest manager
like,
of all time as well.
What's that got to do with anything?
Absolutely nothing.
It's like, what's that got to do with anything?
Big up Wenger every time.
It's like, so?
Absolutely. Wenger's the greatest, man.
Oh, man. That guy was a poet, a philosopher.
Everything. An economist. Maybe that's one of the reasons why I like him so much, you know.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
probably.
part of it. Plus, he just changed the game. You know what I'm saying? I feel Ferguson needed a Wenger. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I know people might not like that statement, but Ferguson needed a Wenger. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
And Wenger needed
Yeah.
a Fergie.
Yeah, 100%. And Mourinho can't touch Wenger's shoelaces. Yes, I said it. He's not on level with Ferguson and Wenger. But anyway, today's been a good show, guys.
Depends on the criteria.
Anything that is productive and good. No. if you need the IMF to bankroll what you do, yes, then Mourinho, yes, 100%. Through Love and Boxing. Oh, completely separate. I'm trying to even think of the link. What, because of Muhammad Ali?
Read it out for the audio listeners.
Oh, yeah, sorry. So Inobo says, Iman, did you find NOI through Love and Boxing or did you find them separately? Yeah, completely separately. Completely separately. Good question, though.
I think that you found it through the Peace Guard.
55%?
Yes. You became enlightened when you found out that particular language and it spoke to you differently and it happened to be all black men and you're like, wait a minute. What's the highest order of black brotherhood?
Mm.
And then Nation of Islam just said, me. And like, fair.
I mean, that would be a good story, but it's not entirely true. It's from Malcolm. To Malcolm. Just knowing about Malcolm's life, reading autobiography, seeing the film. Yeah. I feel like everyone loves Malcolm, to be fair. To be fair, that's not true. You know what I'm saying? But if you just, I don't know, just take a bit of time to just learn about Malcolm. Just watch the film, Denzel Washington's depiction, or Spike Lee's depiction of Malcolm X. So like 3.5 hours long, but it's an amazing film. Denzel should have got an Oscar for it. But just watch that. You will love Malcolm. You will love Malcolm. And then go to the autobiography. You'll love him even more. And then you'll love the nation. You know what I'm saying? Or at least you'll respect, like we were saying earlier, you may not want to be involved or whatever it may be, agree with certain things, but you'll respect what changed the man and made him so loved by the world. You know what I'm saying? And made him a force to be reckoned with. But yes, today was a good show, man. Today we spoke about the UK saying they're not going to be paying Rwanda for the residuals of what they should have been paid, the remaining £50 million, right, which was based on trust and good faith. We also spoke about Zelensky and how he's vowed to make things right with Donald Trump and negotiate peace. We also spoke about the teens. I don't want to insult them, but the teens who didn't think properly at that particular time and threw that heavy chair from the railings in Stratford Westfield. We spoke about the ousted PM, Sheikh Hasina, and basically how she's going to be standing trials for crimes against humanity. Well, at least this is what the interim leader of Bangladesh is saying. So they're trying to make that happen. And we spoke about the unfortunate news of the 15-year-old boy who was shot dead in Stockwell. We spoke about the men who are risking drowning because they want to flee conscription by M23 rebels in the DRC back home. And we spoke about the Democrat Al Green, who was ejected from the chamber for heckling Donald Trump. Tomorrow we'll probably go into some of what Donald Trump spoke about when he addressed Congress. And we spoke about, I don't even want to mention it again, but we spoke about, trigger warning, guys, about the children who are being abused as a weapon of war in Sudan. And of course, for the topic of the day, I urge you guys to go back there to learn about Ibrahim Traoré. We spoke about how he has transformed Burkina Faso. And we asked the question of, are the other African leaders choosing the way of corruption? Are they choosing the wide gate instead of the narrow one? If it is that Ibrahim Traoré was able to do what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, have a listen to that. And you see the amazing things that he's doing in the country. And, you know, yeah, God bless his life, man. That's pretty much it, people. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 a.m. Peace. Brent, you want to say bye to the people?
You said that with a straight face. Before we go, you didn't answer the question. Do you think that the past African leaders are choosing corruption?
Some of them, yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because when you look back at their tenure, whether they were voted out or they were killed or mysterious deaths, some of them anyway, they had like $1 billion in their personal accounts in Switzerland, in America.
So it's hindsight. Because when you say they choose corruption, I don't know if you specified what part of the journey in office.
Yeah, that's true. Because some of them do go in there with good intentions. I definitely believe that, 100%. But some, I think, go in there because they feel... I remember I was working with one guy, Nigerian brother, Ibo, and he told me about a story about when he went back home. So he went back home, speaking to his cousins who were trying to get into the political world. And he's like, you know what? I want to come back home and join you guys because we need to stop the corruption that's happening in Nigeria. This is a few years back. Obviously, they're just speaking about political aspirations and whatnot. And the cousin said, hey, I understand your zeal and whatnot, but stop there. It's our turn to eat. You know what I'm saying? We want to get in there. Yeah, we can do our best for the country, but we need to eat too. And he said, what? You know what I'm saying? Cousins told them freely. So I think that is a lot of people's motivations. It's my opportunity to really enrich myself and my family and those I care about. Yes, if I can do good as well, fantastic. But I want to be at the helm so I can make sure I benefit from certain things and my kids benefit from certain things. You know what I'm saying? So,
can people truly be... Can they truly know what is on our hearts with TNB with regard to what you just said? Right? Do they believe that we are coming in this with sincerity Or do they think? Could they think that we are just finding or looking for an angle for us to eat? And does it matter if we still do a lot for the community whilst we eat?
I think what matters is what you say to the people, what you do. So, for example, if you say to the people, "Yeah, I'm just doing it for this X, Y, Z," but then you're trying to fleece the people, as well as give them some of the stuff you said, then I think
When you say fleece, how do you mean?
so. Just in terms of maybe, you promise 5 things, you maybe give them 2 things, but really the agenda is let's give them a couple of things that we promise, the easier things, but really we're trying to make money and just eat off of these people. Then I think that's bad. And even though you're giving them some good, you know what I'm saying? I think that's bad. But long story short, though, for us, this might be me being naive though.
Yeah.
I don't think people think we're trying to do something that's somehow.
You know,
I think people think we're genuine.
with everything that we choose to do, I think it's always incumbent on us to make sure there's access to good information.
Yeah.
Right? And I don't want to paywall that. I think right from the very jump, the top of TDA, obviously we were looking to garner support to do this day by day, because obviously a lot of people don't understand what it takes at all, because they've never been in this position, right? They don't understand the money that goes into this at all, right? But I still feel as though there are ways to ask for support without, people having to put their hands in their pockets to get the product.
Okay,
Do you understand?
Yeah.
And I think I always respect and adore people even more when they then put their hand in their pockets to basically make the product better.
Yeah.
Because they love that we have said, we are going to dare.
Yeah.
We are going to basically try something. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I love that. And I will always continue keeping on because of that. The one person who just doesn't comment, but I know, boom, here's some support. It could be just an email of thanks, or passing me on the street and saying da 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 da. That for me is the fuel. Do you understand? That for me is the fuel. So I always wonder, I take some time when I have the time. Where was it? I don't have the time. To wonder if it is that they know how our heart beats for what it is that we say we're interested in. Do you understand? You see how you're talking about Traoré?
Yeah.
And you can see his actions, right? You can see his actions. He's speaking and then he's doing as he's saying. I will always, always revere those particular people. And I would look to basically aid and assist. Do you understand? When I have time, obviously, I was like, yeah, you can have my time because what you're doing, I understand that. Do you understand? I understand that. And here, however I can support you with whatever resources I have, they're yours now.
Yeah.
You understand? Anyway, yeah, tomorrow. Oh, you mentioned billionaire. You said billions. You said you have to question their mindset if at the end of their tenure they have billions in their bank. Are you saying?
No. Not because of that. It's because of what it did also. And how the country was a mess.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The country was a mess. And yet they found billions in Abacha's account or billions in this person's account. What are we doing there?
Isn't it unethical to have the billions in your pocket, right, and not look to basically help the community in which it is that elected you to basically run for them?
If the billions came by way of the country, yeah. If you're a businessman and you had billions prior to you becoming the president, it's your money. But most people would then use that money. I don't even want to mention somebody like Trump, but Trump obviously came to power. Obviously, it benefits him to be in power. Otherwise, why do it? But he would have bankrolled a lot of his campaign himself, especially the first time. So at least if you're putting money, your own personal money, into trying to get the infrastructure like in a particular place, then it's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, But if you go in there as a normal, you know what I mean, normal guy, relatively normal, even if you're slightly a bit rich, but then you leave with billions, and then maybe when you die, you let your daughter take over. Talking about a real life situation, that's why I said daughter, and she's also got billions. Come on now.
It's so weird. I've never looked at money as my life source ever. Anytime I've had and I'm able to basically, help somebody else, I've always done that. I have like a number in my head where upon reaching it, anything after that, for me, it's useless, right? When I say it's useless, let me use that money, that excess, to basically look to help.
Yeah,
because I don't need umpteen.
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
where am I taking it?
Yeah.
If I have enough for any of my offspring for generations, and I've put things in place where that is going to be, invested in a manner in which you're getting those flipping royalties and dividends and that continuous waterfall of
income.
What am I doing with the rest of it? Like, what is it serving me?
Yeah.
If only to basically make my offspring fat and greedy. Yes, it's important for me to make sure they're educated. Like, when I say educated, in the art of kindness, giving. Do you understand? Community, 100%. They're not getting access to this if it is that they're not displaying these particular traits. It's important, right? Again, I'm a Christian. It's important that my children also have these particular belief systems. It's important because I feel it shapes them. It forms them to live in this society as a valid and valuable member of the society, right? Cool. But after a while, why do I have such excess and I'm not doing anything to help? Do you understand? Now, obviously, sometimes I think how we chop it up, I think some people may think that you don't share my opinion on this, but I believe that you do. I believe that there is a certain number, and then the excess of it, you're like, hey, you have some, you take that. Am I being presumptuous here? Overly presumptuous?
You're right, but it's just about because I see things through an economic lens. I think of the money and what it could be used for, and I try not to say this person has too much money, because who am I to say it's too much? I don't know what you're going to use it for. Let me not say most billionaires, but a lot of billionaires, they have billions obviously in capital, right? A lot in assets as well, but some of them have it in capital as well, and they have an agreement in place so that when they die, 99% of it goes to charity, 1% goes to their family, and a lot of people say only 1%. But in their heads, they're thinking maybe similar to you. Why does my kids need to have all of this money that they didn't work for? 99% should go to the initiatives I care about that should hopefully further human development and stop poverty. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the time we say, oh yeah, they're this, they're that, but they're giving away what you wouldn't give away. Do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, put it that way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't necessarily have a number in my head. But I feel like even before I get to that number, I would have done certain things to create infrastructure so that we can benefit. So that when I'm gone, it's there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need the number. I think it's more so a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much how I see it.
It's so interesting because I actually do believe that life is fleeting. And that doesn't mean like death is around the corner, even though it is. I'm talking about even if your mindset is full of hatred and ill will towards others, you're already dead. Do you understand? You're not living in a fullness of what it's supposed to be. to be alive. You know.
100%.
Anywho, I need to go.
Yes.
Sorry for me not leaving the timestamps on the last recordings. I can't stress enough how busy I am. I would love for you all to just be able to be with me so you all can see I have no time to even do timestamps. But it won't be for long. I promise you it won't be for long. This is not a standard in which it is I want to set forever. It's going to be temporary. When we look back at this particular time, you're going to laugh. You're going to laugh at the no shows and the no timestamps and whatnot because it's just brief. It will be brief in the whole scheme of things. You won't even remember it. You won't remember it at all.
True indeed.
Yeah. It will be a thing where, remember when? And man was like, that was yesterday, man. Forget about it. You like to do that a lot, you know. It's gone. You can't change it. Let's look forward. Let's look forward.
You have to sometimes. You have to, man.
God damn it. All right. We need to go.
Peace.
You can use AI to do the timestamps. Look, yes, I can.
How was it?
Yeah. But what it does, it gives me hella timestamps. Right? Every single new thought that we introduce, pow, new timestamp. I tried to basically do that. One person said, no.
Oh, that time.
They said, no. They said, do it properly. Too much. It's too much.
Nah,
man. Anywho, later.
Peace.